Well, this was not a routine testimony. This sounded like a warning bell inside Washington. Because when America's top diplomat, they walk into the Senate and begins talking about tens of thousands of US troops being within strike range, the message is not meant to be casual. It is meant to prepare the country, possibly even alarm it. This is Times XP, it's me Dhruti Yatri, and let me tell you why the world should pay attention. The setting, Capitol Hill. Under the bright lights of a congressional hearing room, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio delivered a statement that instantly raised eyebrows. He told lawmakers something very direct. Between 30,000 to 40,000 American troops, they are currently stationed across the Middle East, and many of them sit within range of Iran's drones and short-range ballistic missiles. Now pause and absorb that number. This is not a small deployment, right? That is the size of a fully operational military footprint, spread across bases in countries such as Qatar, Syria, Kuwait, Bahrain, in fact the UAE. America's forward shield in one of the most volatile regions. And according to Rubio, they are exposed. But why does Iran matter so much in this equation? Because over the past decades, Iran has quietly transformed its military doctrine. Instead of relying only on traditional air power, Tehran invested heavily in asymmetric warfare, meaning that weapons that are cheaper, faster, harder to intercept, and psychologically terrifying. Armed drones that can travel long distances, precision-guided short-range ballistic missiles, swarm tactics designed to overwhelm the defenses here. Well, you do not need intercontinental missiles if your enemy is already stationed there, and that is strategic reality Rubio appeared to underline. This is not just theory, by the way. The Middle East has already witnessed how these weapons changed the battlefield. Oil facilities struck, bases targeted, air defenses tested. Well, even when intercepted, the message is absolutely clear. Iran is watching, and it can reach anywhere, and that reach can create deterrence. Rubio's core message to Congress: America cannot afford complacency. He described the threat as real and ongoing, not hypothetical, not distant, not exaggerated, real. And which is why he argued that the United States must maintain sufficient military strength in the region, not to provoke a war but to prevent one, because in geopolitics, weakness can sometimes invite aggression. And yes, then came the line that strategists always listen for. Rubio reminded lawmakers that President Donald Trump, he retains the options of preemptive decisive action. That phrase mattered, preemptive. It signals a doctrine where a nation does not wait to be attacked if it is believed that an attack is imminent. This is the kind of language military use when they want adversaries to think twice. Well, this is deterrence wrapped inside a warning. But the hearing did not stop at missile. Rubio opened another sensitive chapters. What happens if Iran's supreme leader is no longer in power? Remember here, Iran's political system is deeply centralized. Well, the supreme leader is not just symbolic. He controls the military, shapes the foreign policy, influences nuclear strategy here. That's right. So any sudden transition, it would no longer be a routine leadership change. It would trigger internal power struggle, institutional instability, regional optimism, even unpredictable military behavior. In Rubio's assessment, there is no clear roadmap for that scenario, and uncertainty in geopolitics is often more dangerous than open hostility.